Welcome to Phat Guys at the torn up field. Movie. Yeah.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, Toto. Yeah.
Wow. Where
Yeah.
are we?
Well, notice we're not at Frank Theaters like usual for this review, and a lot of it had to do with the movie that we're reviewing.
Right.
Evil Dead. And if you notice, we've got the Evil Dead look behind us.
I'll keep an eye out back here if you want to do this, because
Okay.
I'm a little scared of what's going on here.
That works. That works. But before we do the movie review today, we want to take just a moment to pay tribute to a movie review icon who just passed away about 2 days ago.
Well, it's sad because there's not many of them left that were pure movie reviewers for a living, that were what I feel is influenced by the people they work for,
Right.
or corporations, and I feel so many of them are now.
Yeah.
And that's Roger Ebert.
Yes. Movie reviews for the longest time, they did like the Broadway plays. Some guy wrote a column in a newspaper, and that was about it. Then along comes Gene Shalit, who did it on the Today Show.
Today
for
Show,
NBC,
right.
NBC. And then Roger and Ebert did a Chicago-based syndicated movie review show that just caught on like a big
I watched
time.
it every week.
Yeah, me too.
I watched it every week.
And these guys reviewed thousands of movies, and they were a great partnership. And Gene Siskel passed away about 2 years ago, and Roger
Yeah.
Roger Ebert had been fighting cancer for the longest time, and then earlier this week he announced the cancer was back, and within 24 hours the movie review icon was gone. And so we just want to pay tribute to the icon, because all of us who do movie reviews owe the fact that people watch reviews to these guys.
Right.
So-
And the only other one I want to throw out there is Leonard Maltin.
Yes, Leonard
Maltin,
Maltin.
and these are guys who aren't influenced by the people they work for. They're not influenced by corporations or movie companies trying to influence them.
Yeah,
they
did
were
a
straight
pure review.
reviewers, and that's kind of a dying art. And that's one of the reasons we started doing this show.
Yeah.
We wanted pure reviews
Yeah.
for people who didn't work for a corporate entity or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know,
To Roger Ebert from the Phat Guys of the Movies, my friend, 2 thumbs up.
right.
Now on to the movie, The Evil Dead.
The Evil
The
Dead.
Evil Dead, 1981 cult classic,
Right.
with Bruce Campbell as the classic iconic character Ash. So they decided to remake this thing, and I was skeptical about it already. And
Right, yeah.
and I got to see it. You didn't. You've had some
I've been,
health issues, and
I've-
foot issues, and
It's been a rough week for me. So
Yeah.
you actually went and saw it, and I didn't.
Right.
And I'm not a fan of the modern horror film anyways. So I would probably be a bad review of this movie right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because it would be too gory for me or whatever.
well, I
So
can
know
already
that.
tell you right now, it's going to get a bad review anyway. But we got to do something here, though.
What's that?
You know, instead of usually it's just you and me individually, then we come back together. But whenever you do put the preview on the screen, you sit it on the seats at Frank Theater.
Normally, yeah.
Right.
It's just a little slide in,
we
slide
don't
out,
we
right.
don't have any place to sit it on. So here, take your hands. And
Oh,
go
you want me just to
you're
hold
gonna-
your preview?
You're going to be the preview.
There we go.
man.
Now
Yeah.
you can do your.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so here comes the preview.
Bam. There we go. I'll be okay for
Okay.
about 2 minutes.
Okay, good. So we'll keep this short. So they redo Evil Dead. Now, the best part about Evil Dead was that it didn't take itself seriously in 1981. Bruce Campbell as Ash was great. He was tongue-in-cheek. He tried to be the macho man in the course of all sorts of weird stuff happening with this entity and things like that. And what happens? You get a movie that's a lot of fun to watch. Yes, it had graphic stuff in it and things like that, but you just enjoyed watching it and had a good laugh at the same time. They eliminated all of that. They took Ash out, first of all. There is no character Ash. There is no character pretending to be Ash. They kind of absorbed Ash into a little bit of everybody else. You see some of the things that happen to Ash that takes place with the other characters. Now, there is one guy in the movie who is the brother of the woman that was possessed. He tries to do some of the Ash. I'm going to call him Dr. MacGyver because he takes care of everything with duct tape. Yes, duct tape. Some guy gets stabbed. He puts duct tape on him. Somebody gets cut. When the iconic scene where the lady takes the thing and cuts her arm off, he takes duct tape and wraps it up. So it's just duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape. But they took all the fun out of the movie. They took themselves seriously. The best way I can describe it is they took a cult classic and gave it the Rob Zombie remake without the weird photography. That's the best way I can describe it.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
It really
so
is.
it really, I'm gonna give this one, and the only reason I'm gonna give it 1 star is because it redeems itself in the closing credits. I'm not going to give it a star because of anything in the movie. Yeah, the graphics are good and all this kind of stuff, and the sceneries, and they got some good sets and things like that. But you get that in any other slasher film of this time period.
Wow.
The reason I'm giving it 1
One.
is because in the closing credits, the recorded voice that described the Book of the Dead is on the screen, and then at the very end, you get a little. After the credits, you get a little bit of Bruce Campbell in a silhouette. Lights come up, and he goes, "Groovy."
And that's the best part of the movie.
That's the best part of the movie.
Wow.
Yeah. So listen, folks, if you get a chance to go to the movies this weekend, go see the remastered re-release of Jurassic Park.
Oh, how is that? I know you've checked it out. How is it?
Fantastic.
Did they really get the 3D right?
Yes.
Seamless and all that?
Spielberg took the original, digitalized it, and then filmed the digital copy in 3D.
Nice.
And so the 3D is very good. In the Jeep, where the iconic scene where Jeff Goldblum's in the Jeep and the T-Rex is chasing him, you're in the Jeep with Jeff Goldblum.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
great 3D. So, George Lucas, I know you're retired and you sold Lucasfilms to Disney, but you can take a lesson from Spielberg, because Spielberg knows how to do 3D.
By the way, as a Star Wars fan, I'd like to say rest in peace, LucasArts. No more Star Wars video games. Thanks, Disney.
Yeah. By the way, just want to mention, it took them 65 million years to finally master 3D.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, 1. That's the best I can
One
give
stop.
it.
What's up for next? It's got to be better
Next
outlook
week.
next week.
Next week we got something I'm really looking forward to. Love baseball movies. You saw in my review.
This is perfect. I'm playing fantasy baseball this year.
There you go.
It's perfect.
Well, this week we're going to be taking a look at the Thursday night 10 o'clock show is 42, the true story of Jackie Robinson.
And
Stars Harrison Ford.
It is surprising all these years nobody has done the story of Jackie Robinson on the big screen.
Yeah.
Because it's a real compelling story.
Yeah. Well,
And
there
I'm
was
surprised
a
it's never really
little
been done.
minor thing done back in the mid 50s where Jackie Robinson played himself.
That don't count.
Yeah, but then,
I mean, like a real dramatic.
It's one of those things now that you can find for $1 at Dollar Tree
Yeah.
in the DVD stack. But this one looks really good. Harrison Ford recreates the guy who owned the Brooklyn Dodgers. A lot of makeup done on him, because at first when I saw the previews I said, who in the world is that? And
Did he play like Leo DeRocher or something?
No, he plays the guy who owns the Brooklyn
owns the guy,
Dodgers.
okay.
Totally forgot what his name is. It just slipped my mind, because this guy's an icon in baseball, because not only did he introduce Jackie Robinson and get rid of the and introduce the and integrate baseball, but he also brought in the Hispanics to baseball with Roberto Clemente.
Wow, okay.
Same guy did both.
Really?
So,
wow.
and so that's played by Harrison Ford. I've been looking forward to this movie ever since I saw the first preview and the.
I have too, yeah.
And so that's going to be what we're going to take a look
They're
at
either
next
going
week.
to do this one right, or it's going to really suck.
Well,
There's not going to be much of an in-between on this one. They're either going to tell the story accurately, or they're going to over-dramatize it and people are going to jump up. Because I know the story pretty well being a baseball fan.
Yeah, me too.
I know the story pretty well, and I know what Jackie went through, and not just his first year in the major leagues, all of his years in the major leagues.
Yeah.
It didn't stop for him. There's a reason the guy quit playing after 10 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because he couldn't hit or run no more.
No, because he was young when he first came up.
Yeah.
Very young. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. And again, it's got Harrison Ford in it, and that is a very good sign, because Harrison Ford is at that caliber in his career where he can pick and choose whatever he wants to do, and he can choose the scripts and so on. So.
And the real question here will be who shoots first, Jackie Robinson or Harrison Ford? Right? I mean,
there we go. There we
Isn't
go.
that always what we say with the Harrison Ford movies?
That's right.
Who
Yeah.
shoots first?
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah. And I think Guido is one of the side characters.
Oh yeah, he plays second base.
Guido DeRocher.
Right.
So that's coming up next week with Phat Guys in the Movies. We're going to be taking a look at 42. So go out there and get your baseball trivia put together, and we'll be taking a look at a baseball movie. It's been a while since there's been a good baseball movie.
Been a long while.
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah, because there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball.
Been a long
Sir,
time.
sir, she was crying. She was crying. There's no crying in baseball. It's number 54 on the iconic movie lines in history.
There you go.
So until next week, I'm Ken.
I'm Oliver.
We'll see you at Phat Guys at the Movies.